Hello and welcome to the shop. Earlier today I turned 2 of Penn State's Faith, Hope, and Love pins. I was very disappointed. Both kits had defects on the nib and neither kit lined up nicely at the center ring. And the center ring, the trim ring, says Faith, Hope, and Love, and it's got some filigree on it, and it did not line up nicely with the pin. Now my pins were barrel trimmed and they matched perfectly. I even put one of them back on the lathe and tested it. They match perfectly with the bushings. There are no gaps. But when I assemble the pins, there are gaps between the trim ring and the blank. I'm getting ready to turn one of Penn State's Dragon pins. I'll be using an acrylic blank for this, and I'm going to film the process, and at the end we'll take a look at it, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this kit. I don't like doing product reviews, but when I turn something new like this, if it's a lemon, I'm going to let you know. I'm not giving these kits. They are paid for out of my pocket. I have nothing to gain or lose by giving a positive or negative review. I hate doing product reviews, so let's just call this turning a dragon pin, and I'll give you an opinion one way or another at the end. Today I'm going to turn the Penn State Dragon Twist Pin Kit. Now, this is the first time I've turned this kit, and I'm pretty excited about trying it out. I purchased this blank, and this is the one in the catalog, if you see the photo, that they use, and I don't know, it kind of reminded me of like a flame pattern, so I really liked it. It's called the Jester. I've got a new set of bushings. I bought those at the same time I bought the kit. Everything is lined up the way it should be. This is the back blank, this will be the front blank, and I'm ready to turn. The turning process was actually quite straightforward. There's not a lot of detail that you have to put into these blanks. They're almost straight across. Very happy with how they look. I went nice and slow because I didn't know what to expect with this material. I think what I'm going to do now is get my micro mesh pads out and give them a good sanding. That blank looks really nice. I'm checking it over real quick and making sure there are no scratches in it. I don't see anything with my eye. I think the blank looks pretty good. I want you to notice something too, because since I'm testing this out, take a look at the tolerances of my blank next to the bushings. It is dead on, and there are no gaps between the bushings and my blank. That's important because when we go to assemble this pin, that's one of the things I want to watch for is the tolerances between the pin parts, the nib, the cap, and the center band, and my blanks. Let's go ahead now and get some plastic polish and polish this up. That looks really beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and polish a second time. I always like to polish twice. I don't know if it actually does anything or if it's just a habit of mine, but we're going to go ahead and put a second coat of the polish on these blanks. Those blanks look amazing. Let's get them over to the setup table and let's put this pin together. I'm ready to assemble my pin. I went ahead and brought the blanks over still attached to the bushings because they're so close in size I just didn't want to get them mixed up. The first thing we need to do is press the nib into the front blank. I'm just going to wipe these off because sometimes the wax or the polish gets down between the bushings and the blank, and I don't like to leave that on there. Okay, we've got a really nice fit between the nib and the blank. Very nice transition also. Next up, we need to press this center ring into the top blank, or the bottom blank, I mean. Evidently the hole in my piece of wood was a little too big. I pushed the ring in, but I didn't push the threads in. Looks really nice. I've got a great fit along the trim ring. Looks like it's nice and level. Let's get our top blank. We need to press this piece in. Let me take a quick peek at the instructions. I want to make sure that that piece goes in first and the clip goes on top of it versus the clip going in with it. Let me double check. Okay, I was correct, but I'm glad I checked. It's always better to double check than it is to screw up. And we're going to press this in all the way up to the shoulder. Hard to do around a camera. Okay. The clip goes over it, and this top cap threads on. And let's look for a spot. Man, it's so beautiful. I hate to hide any of it. Okay, that's good. We're going to put the smallest end, or what appears to be the smallest end of the spring, up against the refill. Put it into the front half of the pin. We'll thread it. I've discovered the issue why there's a gap between this ring and the top blank. Let me show you what it is. When you slide this on here, you need to twist it one time and look at the tight fit we have now. And the operation of the pin is wonderful. It's nice and smooth and very, very normal, like it should be. That was strictly user error on my part. I did not fully attach the pin. There is a little lip right here, and that lip is 8mm, and it slides up into this tube, and I'm assuming that that helps to align the top blank as well. I'd like to thank you for joining me in the shop tonight. I had a really good time turning this dragon pin. I like this blank. It kind of looks like flame. This is the blank that they show in the catalog. There's a cool looking cabochon on the back. Lots and lots of detail. The clip is really cool. The pin operates extremely smooth. I really like that. I had a little trouble putting it together. There was a gap between the clip and the center band and the top blank. That was user error. I just had to push a little bit harder because there's a lip on the center band that seats inside of the 8mm tube on the back blank. Strictly user error. Beyond that, this pin went together extremely smooth, and I think it's really a cool looking pin. I absolutely love it. I'd like to thank you for joining me in the shop tonight. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Come back and see me again real soon. Have a great evening, everybody.